Welcome to the Going In Show, a space and place where we discuss subject matter most are scared to touch.
Yeah, a place where we discuss race and cultural relations from a hip-hop perspective.
I am Raw Proof, and the proof is raw.
And I'm Pal Shadows, the General, making you dance all night.
And this is the Going In Show.
So let's go in, yo. Yo, Proof, I think it's about time we do a show on race and cultural relations, you know?
Sounds kind of dangerous.
Yeah, but we gotta stay dangerous, you feel me? Get it together, we about to go in. Get it together, we about to go in. Get it together, we about to go in. Raw Proof, Pal Shadow, show them how we can win. Get it together, we about to go in. Get it together, we about to go in. Get it together, we about to go in. Raw Proof, Pal Shadows, we about to begin. That's all right, yeah. Welcome back to the Going In Show with yours truly, General Pal.
And raw to the proof is raw, you already know.
Yeah, baby, and it just feels good to be back here. You know, I've been out fighting these evils in the world. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do my part with the good squad. What you been up to, Pro?
Rocking with the Demon Slayer, man. Up in them books, studying, man. And yeah, man, just forever trying to expand my mind, bro. You know.
All right, sending them demons back where they belong.
That's right.
I like it. So yeah, man, you know what's been up with me. You know, you might wonder why I got the Lokes on today and the paraphernalia merch going on. You know, it's because I dropped that single today, May 23rd. Today is May 23rd. We dropped Dance All Night, Timothy Chance and Rasta Country featuring PNC, Poetic Nocturnal Creatures.
Yep.
Yours truly, Big Pal, right here in the building. And yeah, it just dropped everywhere on all streaming platforms. And I am excited. And, you know, so I'm in celebration mode. You know me, I got my drink. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to party. I mean,
two-step.
Even though it's just a little bit of tea, it's all it is. But so what's up, man? What up? What you been up to lately, Proof? Big Proof?
Man, I don't want to say too much, but I got a nice power move right around the corner. Just want to make sure everything's locked in before I start speaking on that.
I think I know about it, but I ain't gonna say.
Cause you know, I don't want to bring no bad luck my way. So once it's locked in, I'll be glad to announce it. But other than that, just getting ready to drop this album like I've said the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what they say, man. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. Can't nothing stop your destiny, brother.
Check my old stuff.
Yeah, man. Big Proof. And speaking of Big Proof, somebody's over here rocking Raw Proof shirt. And what we got is a special guest on the Going In Show today. He's down to go in with us. He's always down. He's been going down with us in the community.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And he's rocking the Raw Proof merch on today, and his name is Fredrick Weathersby, local Nashville trumpeter and legend. What it do, fam?
Good to be here, gentlemen.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to
bro.
have a chance to be here with you.
Yeah, since I'm
salute.
closest to you, I'll dap you up.
Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, man.
What a
great.
joy and what a privilege.
Yeah, man. And you got the Raw Proof merch on, given to you by Proof. I got the Lokes on, given to me by my man Timothy Chance from Rasta Country. So, man, I'm glad to have you here today, brother. Looking
Thank you,
sharp.
General.
You know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, Fredrick, let's go ahead and go in a little bit about yourself, because you're a pretty interesting character. What? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a Nashville native. I'm a Tennessee State University graduate.
Big Blue.
And I've had a chance to travel internationally and perform all over the world, thanks to the B.B. King's All-Stars at Sea. And I'm just thankful to have a chance to contribute today and to be here with you all. And I'm loving it, man.
Oh man, thank you. Glad to have you. We appreciate you as well. Yes. So you say you travel around the world.
Yes.
What's some of the cool stuff you've done in this traveling around the world?
Or seen?
Excursions.
All types, man. All types, man. I've been to the Baltic extensively, as well as the Caribbean, Mesoamerica, South Pacific, and through the Panama Canal quite a bit, the Pacific Northwest, which includes Alaska as well. And just had a chance to perform on, with the Holland America Cruise Line with the BB King All-Stars, and doing so, meeting a lot of different people and expanding my brand, and internationally more so, you know, which was part of my other agenda while I was performing on the ship. So meeting all types of people, you know, that do music, all types of genres, including hip hop, obviously.
Right. Obviously.
So just meeting people.
Obviously, you do a lot of hip hop together.
Yes, sir.
You're featured on that. Shouts out to Top Gnosis. You're featured on the Pal Shadows and Top Gnosis project that I just released a couple months ago on our song, The Connection.
Yes, sir.
You play trumpet on that, and it's really lit. We're getting a lot of good
Great
feedback.
tune,
So, speaking on the Alaska thing, so do you remember what was the most memorable thing about Alaska? Because I've been to Alaska as well.
Oh, man.
I performed at a rave out there many moons ago. What in Anchorage?
Yeah.
What part of Alaska were you in, and what was the most memorable thing out there for you?
Yes, sir. I've been to Anchorage, Skagway, as well as Juneau, the capital, Ketchikan, and Sitka. The most intriguing thing about Alaska for me is the wildlife. You know, you see these animals in the distance. You see eagles perched up on telephone poles. You know, it's always nice to see that kind of stuff. There's so much wildlife there. And Alaska's quite pleasant during the summer months and during the springtime. It's not as cold. So you see a lot of the wildlife there, man, and it's just really cool and really nice. The food is great. Fresh salmon and, you know, all
I love it. That's my favorite dish. That's my favorite dish, Fredrick. Think global, act local. Yo, so locally, let's talk about you real quick and what you got going on, man, because you definitely have an event that's been going on for how long now? The Nashville Monday Night Jazz. Talk about it, please.
Yes. So the Nashville Monday Night Jazz Showcase Series has been going on for 10 years now. And we're on, I believe, our 5th and 6th venue space currently at the Kingdom Cafe, as well as the Grandpa Bar simultaneously. So we've stretched out a little bit, and we're giving some of our other community partners a chance to also represent the brand. Shout outs to Top Notch and Braxton Nicholas with Mythologics, hip-hop fusion band.
Those are the guys.
Yes, sir.
Those are the guys.
Which is also featured with our showcase series, the hip-hop series, The Flow, which is coming up soon. But the National Monday Night Jazz Showcase Series is more so to shine emphasis on Nashville's urban epicenter for music, which is where a lot of history began in Nashville. You know, from the 40s to 60s, that area was one of America's most well-known places where artists would visit and come through and perform. Prior to the devastation that took place in the 40s.
Come on, man. Music City. Tell them where that name comes from, Fredrick. Please talk about where the Music City name comes from, because that was news to me. I didn't find that out until I actually moved here from, you know.
So basically, Music City, the name comes from, if my memory serves me correctly, there's a lot of different people that speculate, but from the Fifth Jubilee Singers, obviously, and also Tennessee State University, aristocratic bands, the world-traveling Fifth Jubilee Singers who traveled internationally during the 1800s, prior to records being put out or any country artist ever coming out. And I believe they visited, I think it was the Queen of England, and she said that wherever these people come from must be the Music City or City of Music. And so that name was adopted for Nashville, representing Fisk University. So that's the original story.
That's facts.
The Music City name. So
that's facts of life.
That's where it comes from. And so our goal with National Monday Night Jazz partially is to revitalize the area and to shine emphasis on why Nashville is known as Music City. You know, and to shine emphasis on the ethnic epicenter and try to build it back up. There's not much music going on there at all.
Let me ask you.
Presently, aside from what we're doing. So,
does that matter? Does it matter that the Music City, the name came from the Fifth Jubilee Singers, a quote unquote black group? Does that matter? Or is that something that we don't need to know and could be erased from the history books?
I mean, there's a lot of debate on either side, man. Especially from our...
should people know that?
Yeah, they should, because Nashville's a tourist town. People want the authentic Nashville experience. So to get that, that's what we're presenting to the world. We're trying to educate people on what Nashville is really about. Not to take anything away from the tourism aspect or the downtown vibe.
Or the country music aspect, but there's something for everybody here in Nashville.
For sure.
Whatever your favorite genre is.
For sure, and of course, you know, as a trumpeter, I perform with a number of country bands. I do rockabilly and all types of stuff. I'm always invested in that. I contribute to that as well. But this gives me a chance to think about my lifelong purpose and what I really want to do, you know, in terms of the legacy that's already there. It gives us a chance to continue it because it's not really happening very much, as we know, in the North Nashville area. For obvious reasons, it's becoming quickly gentrified.
And we're gonna get into that aspect as far as some of that stuff about the cultural revitalization of Jefferson Street and some of the things that have happened and some of the deeper aspects surrounding that phenomenon when we come back with the Going In Show with Raw Proof and Pal Shadows the General and Fredrick Weathersby, our special guest today. Be right back, baby. Dance all night, dance all night, dance all night. Yeah, where you going? Peace and love, what it do? This is yours truly, General Power, Noli Shadows of the House of Hip Step. And you can check out my book, NGR, What Does It Mean? An expose on the N-word from a hip-hop perspective. Because you know, we like to do things from a hip-hop perspective because that's what time it is. And yo, this book is more like a journey. It's like of my personal life, a memoir, if you will, a social experiment, you know, to try to help us to heal from racism and white supremacy. Because let's face it, racism is not going to end through osmosis. We're going to have to get knowledge and take action. So again, check out my new book, NGR, What Does It Mean? And I know that some of y'all don't have time to sit down and read a good book, so that's why I put it on audiobook. So please, check out my new book and get that knowledge, yo. This is the information age, and knowledge is power.
Welcome back to the Going In Show with Proof and Pow. Yo, we were just talking to our guest, Fredrick Weathersby, and we were speaking on his involvement in the community, because both of these brothers are very community active. They have a sense of community, as I do too. The Nashville Monday Night Jazz is taking place in several different parts of town. One spot specifically is near Jefferson Street, or that's on Jefferson Street. Mm-hmm. These guys were just mentioning about the revitalization of Jefferson Street, and my question is, because I'm new to Nashville, like, why does it need to be revitalized? And preserving legacy, I completely understand that, and I've heard of the Street Sound Museum, which I have yet to visit, but I plan on checking that out very soon. But as far as revitalizing, that means like revamping, right? Like to improve and make better. So I guess I'm wondering, like, what needs to be done? Why? Why does it need to be done? What's wrong with it right now?
So revitalization has to do with resuscitation, basically, like bringing it back to life. There's no live element of any genre type happening there in that area. Culturally speaking, the genre type that was there between the 40s and 60s up to the 70s prior to the devastation that took place with the 40 interstate going through the community was jazz mainly, number one, jazz, and then blues, of course, and then rhythm and blues, which is R&B. And so the fact that this is a music town that people move to every day for all the music, you have all the top studios around, you have all the performance rights organizations, we have Music Row. The fact that people just overlook Nashville's urban epicenter for obvious reasons is the reason why we are working towards the revitalization effort. It's basically wide open. Okay. Economically, this gives us a chance to steer the wheel, Big Brother Powell, to control the narrative.
Okay,
not only financially, but historically, from a modern standpoint or a contemporary standpoint.
Just to backtrack a little bit, you mentioned about the interstate going through the neighborhood, the community. I've heard about this I want to call it a research phenom because I've only heard it recently, right? When you think you know everything about racial discrimination and stuff, more stuff starts popping up.
That's right.
And so,
that's right.
You know, I'm calling it discriminatory infrastructure, but at the same time, a lot of people that look like me want to know, what are you talking about? Like, how can a city be building stuff and be discriminating?
That same model took place in a number of cities throughout America during that time. Right. So it was very intentional. Let's just call it what it is. You know, Of course you can argue, but it was very intentional. You know, it's like, oh, these people over here are doing well, and can't let them take control of the narrative of what's happening here, and then we're going to flip it and call it country music or whatever the case may be. You know, it's very simple, man. And if you look at where the 40 Interstate is, it literally runs right through North Nashville, So it cuts off a section of the community from another section of the community. For example, you have the Buchanan Arts District, you have the Meharry area right there, Meharry College, you have Jefferson Street, and you have this interstate that's just all of a sudden just running right through it. And part of that story is when that happened, a lot of the music venues that were in the area, there were so many, were just devastated, just literally just shut down.
Wouldn't the interstate put exit ramps for more people to get there more conveniently?
No, not necessarily. Not to that area. No, that wasn't the intention to get there. I mean, it's obviously convenience as far as traveling.
Let me ask you this real quick: Does that affect economically that area of Jefferson Street? Has North Nashville, which is a black, quote unquote, black community, you know how we feel about terms black and white here at the Going In Show. Does that economically, because that area, like a lot of places around the United States, in this phenomenon he's talking about, is economically somewhat depressed, even though it's now become gentrified, but it's not the people of that area that control the gentrification process. It's outside people, mainly of, European descent, so-called white people or whatever. Like I said, we don't care about those terms. But when the white people move in for the gentrification process, they are the ones that's now taking it out of that kind of ghetto vibe and giving it, or that the doing some of the renovations and things like that we see, and it's not controlled by the community that was affected by this interstate thing, phenomenon that you and
isn't that the best? Isn't that the best way to revitalize something is by owning the stuff around it, like having ownership of the community, whether it's a bank or a coffee shop or this or that. Like I feel like ownership is the most easiest solution.
Yes. It's not about complaining about it. Actually, gentrification is one side of the coin of cultural revitalization. It's two sides of the same coin. Gentrification and cultural revitalization nowadays goes hand in hand. So it's more so about creating awareness of historically what was taking place there as it's being gentrified so that we can be part of it. It's not about me saying, oh, man. No, it's about us being together. This gives us a chance to be together by building awareness by commercially, which is another word for white, versus
so it's not black.
Culturally, which is black.
It's not black
or
fatigue.
ethnic. No.
We're gonna talk about black
we're not
fatigue
tired, bro.
on a future show.
We're not tired. Like we mentioned earlier, Brother Proof, we have two locations now simultaneously, okay? One that's in the commercial district or commercially owned area, Herman Street at the Grandpa Bar, which is headed up by Top Notch. Yeah, Top Notch in Braxton. And the one that we do over
close
here.
To Fisk.
Yes, sir. One we do at Kingdom Cafe, which is close to the Tennessee State University side, by the museum you mentioned. So it gives us a chance to be together, actually.
Yeah, they
and
are
to work
both in the
together.
same area.
It gives us a chance to work together.
I love that because I've been to
what
both.
you all's theme. Yes, sir.
I love that because I've had opportunity to go to both. And the one that's up by Fisk, it's cool. That's the Grandpa Bar.
Yes,
really
sir.
cool location. And that area is historic. Fisk University, we talked about Fisk University earlier. And then the Kingdom Hall down there.
Kingdom Cafe.
Kingdom Cafe.
Yes, sir.
Down there, by TSU, our alma mater.
Yep.
And that venue right there, that's a really cool venue, and I encourage and suggest anybody to go check that out. But I just wanted to ask you, what can the community, what is the solution? Because like you said, we not out to complain, right? But
Yes, sir.
but I really want us to explore quickly, what can be done to help revitalize Jefferson Street and to help that area to grow back? And is there a real need for that?
Yes, sir. There's so many answers to that question, big brother. For example,
it's loaded.
one of which is the awareness and the fact that people in the greater Nashville community need to take part in it. That's how we become successful.
Can I
It's
say
not
something?
us against you all.
Real fast, I was on Buchanan Street last week, and I went to a place called, I'm gonna shout them out, Bag Lady's Fry Joint. And when I was talking to the people working there, I was asking about this keyboard that was propped up there. He told me, the people around, mind you, this is the place that has been gentrified.
Most definitely.
The
Buchanan
new
Arts
people,
District.
all the people that are living around there came to the place. They seen the vibe it was on. It was like old school hip hop, R&B. They brought things from the 90s. The whole place is decorated with stuff from the community that people came in there, they gave them guitars, they gave them old posters, this, that, and the third. Like the whole place is decked out with stuff that people that live there contributed. I thought that was pretty cool. Matter of fact, I don't think I've even ever seen that before.
And you know what I like to lend to that?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that is. And what I like to lend to that is that I think that if people who have money within the Nashville community, you know, take an interest and support the businesses that exist on Jefferson Street, support Monday Night Jazz, support other businesses and things that are on Jefferson Street, and also have events. That Kingdom Cafe is a great place to throw an event, a wedding, get together, a family reunion. I'm thinking about renting it for a family reunion, things like that. So I think that could be a great solution. Man, Brother Fredrick Weathersby, man, I really appreciate having you here.
Thank you.
As a guest today. I mean, the wealth of knowledge that exists within this man, we could only touch a fraction of a fraction.
Yes, I would love to say one thing. Our success is hinged upon the greater Nashville community being part of it.
Yeah, that's great. Our success as a revitalization process hinges upon the greater Nashville community being a part of it.
Yes.
We want to promote cultural diversity. We want to promote cultural unity here at the Going In Show.
That's what it's about.
And that's what it's about.
Yes, yes. My brother.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get some shout outs real fast before we wreck this set on some hardcore hip hop stuff.
Yeah. Man, we reeling them in from Nashville to the Caribbean. So I like to give a shout out to Timothy Chance, my man Drummy Zeb, and the Rasta Country Band. Also PNC, Poetic Nocturnal Creatures, Power and Chance. Top Gnosis, my man, salute to you, sir. DJ Power out there in Wasco, keep your head up. And my homegirl Linda Lopez, and the whole Nashville community of hip hop and the rest of the genres, man.
Mr. Fredrick.
Yes, sir. I want to give a shout out to my wonderful parents, Sylvanus Weathersby, Deborah McFadden. Thank you, mother and father. And to the notorious Weathersby family, thank you all, family, for supporting me. Give a shout out to the Flow Familia, Pow Shadows, the General, Brother Raw Proof. I'm a big time supporter. Y'all come see us on Juneteenth for the Flow Volume 6. We love you, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Proof, you got one?
Yeah, shouts to Symmetry, Eliminate, Amber Visaki, it all hemmed up. Shouts out to Blitz, holding it down over at the spot we call home.
H-O-M-E.
Playing with sound, we ain't playing around.
This is home.
And last but not least, shout out to the best person we've worked with here, Samantha Burns. We're gonna miss you and we appreciate all of your work.
Yes, yes, big up.
And now, Fredrick Weathersby with APJP on a song called Woman Haters Club.
Got a couple bones to pick, I'ma get specific. Talking my same way to the beat that I spit it. You're mad at your the one that spit out your image. I need a hug, little buddy. Now get out your feelings, son. Suck a duck, rubber duck, burden, earning a tub. They told me broke before hoes, now the bros the hoes. What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. The way you beat it just to form self-hate. Now be a man again. How you gon' call puss dookie when you but does? Brand new flavor on a he she. Couscous must have been loose. Watch out for the ones that wanna hit the bitch all in a dope shoe. American me, don't look at me, cause this too big for rap. There's a difference between being business savvy and having a clever ass. Pops don't know you, bonds ain't want you, and ain't done turned you into a monster. She ain't love you, he ain't teach you. The mother bros and TV schooled you. Them your big homies and they done fooled you. Lost in the game without a rule to abide to. Gender rebellion promotes the effeminate man. Now they killing and telling. That's a saying weird. Wait, he ain't just say he was in the He-Man Woman Haters Club, did he?